This journal cover, which I made about a year ago, needs some love and attention and a bit of a makeover to become a useful journal. Welcome, it's Barbara from Vienna, Austria. So I have a video tutorial on how I made this cover out of Amazon packaging. This is exactly what I used to make this. You can find the video with the full tutorial linked below. So as you can see here, this is exactly the same size. Originally, I had left this pocket on the inside here, but then I realized it was getting too stiff, so I completely tore out those pockets and used it actually to make another journal. So now I have this bare inside, but I'm still not happy with it, which is why it's still just a cover. But I really love the cover. The cover is made using one of my digital kits. This is from a kit called Boho Birds, which I will link for you below. I love this color combination, and I would hate to just leave it on the shelf, not receiving any love. So I'm going to start by taking this ribbon out because that's going to be in the way. Let's also take this tag out. And I think one of the reasons why I haven't finished this journal is because the spine is too narrow for me. And also, the more journals I make, the more I realize I like soft covers in general more, but also I don't like the situation like when you open a journal and you see this here, it doesn't even lay completely flat. The fold here where the spine is a bit stiff. So let's see what we can do about that. So the first thing I want to do is cut away the spine with a craft knife. So then I have this, and I definitely want to use the spine because I think it's very pretty, but I want to extend it as well. And I want to make these parts here where the journal bends softer, and that can easily be done by using fabric. I have chosen this fabric. This one is by a designer called Marcia Dursi or Durs. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. And I will link this fabric from my German online store for you below. This is a canvas material, but you could use also a regular cotton fabric. And this particular fabric is called Treasure Hunt. And I think this part here would work with the colors that I have. So we would just see a little bit of it peeking through. I just have to pick a spot, maybe here. So we would see this peeking through, and I think that works quite well. Or I just see now we have this green. Maybe that works better because I do have a little bit of green on my cover. Let's turn this. Oh yeah, I think that's actually even better. Sorry, I'm a bit out of frame. There, I think that would work very well. Unfortunately, this is the middle of the fabric piece, but I'm gonna go with it. So that means I'm going to cut out a rectangle, which is going to be long enough to overlap my two cover pieces. So I want the fabric to go approximately until like here, so I can easily attach it to my covers. So it would look like this, but before I adhere the covers to the fabric, I also want to distress these edges. I'm taking walnut stain. And even though I think it would be enough to just have this piece of fabric, I feel like I want it to be a little bit more sturdy. So I'm going to use some of this packaging paper here, which is super, super sturdy. It's very similar to like this Tyvek material, which you would receive from like express mailers. But you can just use regular packaging paper as well, or not even use anything if you have a thicker kind of material. So again, let's put this aside. And I'm just going to cut out a piece here, which is a little bit smaller than my piece of fabric here. Next, I'm going to take some textile glue. You can also use PVA glue, and I'm going to thin it down to make it spread more easily, just using water. Give that a good mix and spread that onto my packaging paper. I'm making sure my whole surface is covered. And now I can glue it onto my fabric. Make sure there's no wrinkles. Next, I'm going to take my spine and glue that onto the outside of my fabric. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? And next I take both of my cover pieces. Make sure they are the right side up if there is a specific side that you want facing up. And I'll just add my glue here. And put it onto our fabric spine. Then the same thing with the back cover, of course. You want to make sure this is adhered really well because, of course, this is where you're going to open and close your cover. So this really needs to hold well. So the outside is good. Don't want to bend it too much now, but this is what it's going to look like. And of course, we still also need to cover the inside. I just realized I could have done this a whole lot easier by just leaving one piece of fabric wide enough to cover the whole surface, because I want the fabric to peek out from all of my edges. It's totally fine, but I think I could have just had one piece and then just strengthen the spine from the back side with the packaging paper, but this works just as well. So first I'm just going to glue this fabric onto this inside so that I have the nice edge, which is a bit of a shame because this way I'm losing this print. Then I'm going to have to add another piece because this is white, unless I stain this somehow. Which I don't think I want to do now. So I'm just going to adhere these pieces onto my canvas. So I will start by adding some adhesive here onto this back side of my cover. There's always easy and complicated ways to do things, and a lot of times I happen to choose the complicated way. So then I'll do the same thing for the back side. Oops, almost put it on the wrong way. It's better to do it from the other side where I can actually see how much is peeking out. And now I still need to cover the inside, of course. So I cut a piece that will approximately fit the inside, and then I'll go ahead and glue this down. But I'll go like section by section because I think that should be easier. This is going to take up a lot of glue because, of course, the fabric is just soaking that up completely. I think you have to work fast here because this dries so quickly. So let's check it from the outside. I think this one here is too long. So I need to trim that edge off a bit. Otherwise, I think it's fine. Yeah, I think that worked out well. So obviously now this really needs to dry well, and I will just leave it flat on my desk. So it's a few hours later. It's not completely dried through, but it is a lot better than it was at the beginning. So now I can add my ribbon back into this eyelet. And I can add my tag back in. So in no time, I have a journal cover which now has very cozy and soft vibes. It opens very easily, meaning that this lays completely flat. This makes me so much more happy. And now I feel like I'm ready to add some pages on the inside. So maybe you have some journals that need some love and a little makeover. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.